Has anyone else experienced this in FM24 yet? Goalkeeper injuries, they seem really common today. Dean Henderson's not available for our first game, and as you can tell by his form here, the gaps are where I've rotated things. He and Bazunu, I don't know what to do. That was awful, wasn't it? Yeah, I'm trying to make them both work. Neither of them work. They're both garbage. Actually, you know what? I say that. That sounds really negative. Things have actually gone well since you were last here. I just don't really like either of my goalkeepers, which, when you got Sheffield United in your first game of the episode, is fine. When the game preceding that is away from home against Man City, that's where the problems begin. This Man City team are very good. HAALAND has 13 goals and 5 assists in the Premier League. He's still quite good in Football Manager. Man City have also scored the most corners in the Premier League. 8 they've scored in 15 games. But to be honest, I wouldn't be that concerned about it, but we have the worst record for goals conceded from corners. We've conceded 10 corners in 13 games. We are garbage at set pieces. I have just updated our defending corner routine. I didn't realise how bad it was, and it turned out the routine I'd been using was the preset all back. Don't use all back. This option is not good. I'm going to go with the zonal marking 2 men forward preset. Maybe that'll be better. I'm meant to be good at this game. I play this video game for a living. I'm still learning. It's been 25 years. I'm still learning. Goalkeeping conundrums, lots to catch you up on. HAALAND to try and weather. Let's see how we get on today. Yes, folks, how is it going? Welcome back to episode number 3 of our Chelsea Let's Play here on the FM24 beta. I hope you guys are doing amazing. Hope you're better at defending set pieces than I am. Yeah, we've played a lot of Football Manager since you were last here. I mean, it's the 2nd of December. We're nearly into the January transfer window. You might remember at the end of last episode, I talked about doing the Brighton game that was before the Man City game. That got rescheduled. So as a result of that, we're taking on Sheffield United in the first game. I appreciate it's not as sexy. And I'm sorry, if you're from Sheffield and you're a Sheffield United fan, I'm sorry, you're not sexy. I mean, you might be, but your team's not. Anyway, now that I'm done insulting half the residents of one of my favourite cities in the UK, let's talk about matches since you were last here. Previously, Manchester United and Liverpool, and I kind of said off the back of that, well, at least the league games are going to get easier. It didn't right away. Now, I talked about Bazunu, our backup goalkeeper. He'd had a really good run of form playing great in cup games, so I thought, let's give him a game. Away from home against Nottingham Forest, that's a good game to play him in. He got a 6.2 rating. They beat us 3-2. I will say that when you look at the match momentum chart here, you can see it was a game of 2 halves. They scored 3 goals from pretty much 3 set pieces. In the second half, we were dominant. We grabbed 2 goals. It was too little, too late. Not a great performance, this one. So the defeat against Nottingham Forest meant that we were in a situation with 3 games without a win in the league, and taking on Crystal Palace at home, I thought we'd be able to put it right. Wilfried Zaha scored in the 5th minute, a stupendous effort from the edge. Not long later, some, we'll call it questionable build-up play. Mason Mount forgot he had the football. Crystal Palace capitalised. They made it 2-0 in 6 minutes. I was thinking, here we go again. Second half, we rolled our sleeves up though. We got down, we got dirty. We did some mud wrestling, a deflected shot off Reece James got us back in the game. Yeah, Reece James was given the goal there, despite it being Fatty's shot. We then managed to grab another goal, Raheem Sterling sneaking in behind the number 7, scoring a nice finish, and we went on to win this game. I feel like this is a pivotal game in our season. Giroud ended up getting the winner. Of course Giroud did. But that game really did feel meaningful, because we had been struggling a little bit in the league. I feel like had we succumbed to a defeat against Crystal Palace, it would have been all downhill from there. The good news is, off the back of that result, we have turned things around. 4-0 win against Newcastle United. Kai Havertz with a hat-trick, playing as a striker. Yeah, he might actually end up being the successor to Giroud. Could he play as a target forward? I'll let you guys be the judge. I mean, he's tall if nothing else. We got a 3rd win and a 2nd clean sheet in a row in this game here against West Ham. A dominant display that took us a long time to find the breakthrough. In the end, Giroud did it, and then not long later, Mason Mount scored a lovely little goal. This is one of those goals where you get to enjoy the Segundo Volante doing some running. Mason Mount burst his way through. Not sure why Areola tried to kick it. We won't question it. It's a beta. 2-0, great result. We win a 2nd game in a row 2-0 as well. Ansu Fati and Giroud scoring against Luton. Most recently, we took on Everton. Now, Everton, for a bit of context here, currently 4th in the Premier League. Calvert-Lewin, super injury prone, but if he wasn't injury prone, I probably would have considered signing him. He is 26 years old. He's actually transfer listed by request at the moment for 69 million. I like to think he, chose that price because he thinks he's funny. He's got 11 goals in 14 games. He's been massive for Everton this year. And in this game here, unfortunately for us, he didn't score, in fact, but he was important for them. We could only muster up a draw. Kai Havertz scored from centre attacking mid 15 minutes in. We were dominant as the home team against this Everton side, but they kept huffing and puffing, and in the end, Calvert-Lewin picked out Moise Kean, who tucked it away with one of the few shots they had all game. You can see the analysis here for the match momentum. It was all us. Literally, the entire game was us. Here's the match stats. Anyway, this game against Sheffield United is the first of 2 games today. It's also the first game in a rather jam-packed December. We have got the EFL Cup quarter-final on the horizon. It's against Liverpool. I'm going to be honest, the EFL Cup, it's not all that, is it? I mean, don't get me wrong, the Carabao Cup, lovely competition, nothing against it. The quarter-finals, just not that sexy. Besides that, though, we have got the traditional jam-packed month. We have got Brentford, Bournemouth, Burnley, and Sheffield United. I view those as winnable. At the end of the month, Liverpool and Manchester United back-to-back, within 4 days of each other. Don't like that. But anyway, we are going to take things one game at a time. We are taking on Sheffield United here. This is the team that lined up for our previous game. And in fact, this is the team I think I'm going to stick with here. You might notice one notable omission, or maybe 2 actually. Firstly, Enzo Fernandez. The Segundo Volante role just isn't working for him. I feel like he shouldn't be bad at it, and yet he's been really, really poor at it. I mean, you can see here his recent form. 4 goals, 2 assists. The man he's lost his position to in Mason Mount has statistically just been absolutely outstanding. 9 appearances on off the bench, 4 goals, 5 assists. Yeah, it makes it somewhat difficult to include Enzo. I am cautious about the fact he's on an 8-year contract. I don't want him getting unhappy, but I might need to try and lower his playing time at some point. The other man who I've dropped is Nkunku. He has had a couple of issues with minor injuries, and in fact, you can see here he did have to have a fitness test. But the reality is he's not exactly had a flying start to his time at the club, and Kai Havertz, he's featured a lot in the team. He's got goals as a striker. He's got goals as a centre attacking mid. And I feel like I just have to play him. I know that both Kai Havertz and Mason Mount are quite divisive players amongst Chelsea fans. I'm not trying to wind you up by playing them. They've just been really good. Of course, I didn't mention it already while I did in the intro, but Bazunu is back in goal, and I'm going to hope he does better than that game against Nottingham Forest. He's been great in the Cup. That one time where we played him in the league, he let us down. He did actually feature against, I think it was Luton as well. I've given him a couple of games. He's going to get his live commentary debut. We'll see what he can do. We are actually in a really intense battle for 4th place and for the European spots. We need to get results in games like this. And as much as Sheffield United perhaps should be viewed as a gimme, and given the fact we've done more difficult games in recent episodes, perhaps it's nice to see us play a slightly lesser opposition with respect. But if we don't get a result here, or we can only win unconvincingly, it is going to start to sow some seeds of doubt. This is the kind of game where players should be able to find some form, and Havertz has assisted Mason Mount. Of course that was going to happen. Chilwell with the ball on this near side. Lovely build-up play. This through ball down the line was exceptional. Havertz, intelligent little pullback. Mount, Segundo Volante, right place, right time. Finds the bottom corner. Sheffield United are playing this 3 centre-back formation with kind of wing-backs, a defensive mid. It's a very, very defensively sound kind of setup. So I'm very happy to find the early breakthrough. Of course, if we could find a few more, that would be grand. I do feel like it could be tricky, or maybe we're going to float the ball towards Giroud. Just aim for his forehead. That's how we're going to get goals. It's how we roll. We have really had them penned back thus far in this game without having a whole lot of the ball, but we're having it in dangerous areas. We've got it in a dangerous area here. Sterling whips it in. Havertz is in there. Baldock heads it away. Casado, though, mobs up the pieces. And he's still waiting for his 3rd goal of the season, having scored 2 against Tottenham. He nearly got it there. This at the moment is relentless. We are penning them back. We're getting the ball forward. They've got Brewster as their kind of one lone player forward. We're smothering him whenever they try and get the ball forward. And while we're on the attack here, ball dinked in, floated back in. Of course, with Havertz and Giroud in the box, I realise we've got 2 pretty tall men to aim for. 2 minutes left of this half. I can't help but sit here and think, I need a plan for Erling Haaland. I need to think of a plan for Man City. Whether or not I should be doing that while this game's playing out is highly questionable, but I can only be honest with you. Giroud should have scored there. He's hit the post. Mason, Mount. What can we do here? He's going to whip it in. Back post. Giroud's there again. Giroud is here, there, and everywhere. He's omnipresent like oxygen. Half-time in this game, 1-0. We've only had 2 shots on target, but that's infinitely more than the 0 shots Sheffield United have had in that first half. I would love to get a second goal here so I can just relax a little bit and maybe rotate the team a little bit more. I was hoping this would be a good chance to review Bazunu and how he gets on. I don't know if he's touched the ball yet. He's probably fallen asleep between the sticks. We don't know. Ansu Fati, I'll tell you what, if he'd scored that would have been a banging goal. We're only 3 minutes into the second half. This half is already continuing like the first until now. Brewster finds his way through. They've made it 1-1. Why did I say anything? I've jinxed it. This is my favourite kind of goal in football. You know, some people, they want the intricate tiki-taka goals. Now, I want to see a goalkeeper hoof it up, watch a defender miss the interception, and watch the speedy striker score their first shot of the game. That's the football I like. I am being sarcastic. I'm in pain. Right, you know what? I am going to change things up here. Fati and Sterling have not been good enough. I'm going to bring in Nkunku out on the left-hand side. I'm going to bring in Madueke out on the right-hand side as well. I could change things really radically here. I probably shouldn't. I'm tempted to take off Giroud, but I need him to get the golden boot. It's all part of the project. He's staying on. Okay, an hour played in this game. We've made a couple of changes in the wide areas to really try and galvanise ourselves in this half. It's not really coming to fruition yet, but we do have Nkunku on the pitch to put the ball on Badiashile's head, and unfortunately, his header does go over. If this game finishes 1-1, by the way, I will be fuming. Chilwell, Benny, make something happen. Nkunku hits it past his man, cuts inside, shoots, blocked away for a corner. There's been so many highlights in this game. I'm going to have edited out half of them because it is only Sheffield United. The amount of chances I've had to witness us waste that I am sparing you from, believe me when I say it's been a lot. We've had 24 shots in this game, an XG of 2.41. We've had 6 shots on target. It has been diabolically bad, and now they're on the attack. Don't you dare, Football Manager. Don't you dare. Fleck, NDIA, Chowdhury at the edge of the box, lays it wide to Baldock. Why am I getting nervous? Why am I scared? Brewster, he's through. It's in the back of the net. They're 2-1 up. Please be offside. Please, I don't think it is offside. VAR's checking it. Bail me out, VAR. Do me a favour, VAR. No one likes your VAR. I'll love you if you do this for me. It's 2-1 Sheffield United. Talked about that plan for Erling Haaland and Man City. Should have been thinking about the plan for Ryan Brewster. Okay, Giroud has not been good enough in this game. Broja, on you come. I have more subs to make if I want to. Casado, you can come off for Kovacic. I'm going to mix things up a little bit here. Mount is going to come into the team and play as a centre mid on attack. Kovacic, deep line playmaker on defend. Havertz, you know what, Kai? You go forward, son. You go forward and be our big meaty man. You are Giroud now. I believe in you. And James, you can go to just be a regular wing back now. The inverted wing back isn't going to help us here. They've had 2 shots on goal in this game. They've both hit the back of the net. We have been so wasteful here. I am so annoyed. I need us to try and turn this around. Even if we were to get 1 goal and rescue a draw, I'd still be annoyed. I know we're away from home, but we are better than this. This has been truly appalling. Badiashile forward. Chilwell just about keeps the ball in play. He is going to look to switch it over. Broja through. Kai in the middle. Could square it. Doesn't need to. It's hit the defender and gone in. It's 2-2. We're not celebrating that. Get in there. Oh, sorry, Egan. Sorry, that was unfortunate. Yes. There's 8 minutes of added time. I'm starting to believe. Get shouty, demand more. 4 minutes left. Can we make something happen? I'm going on attacking very late here. I've left it too late, haven't I? Or have I? There's a corner. And Nkunku whips the ball in. Badiashile heads over. If that man knew how to jump high enough to head the ball downwards, I'll tell you what, we'd score a lot of corners. I mean, look at the stats. Look at the stats. I mean, we've got a draw. I should be grateful for the draw. Sometimes you do have those games in Football Manager, don't you? We'll put it down as one of those games. Man City in 8 days. Man City in 8 days. Have they got a midweek game? I was hoping they'd have a more difficult game than Wolves, with respect. Right, Pep awaits us 8 days away. We're going to get forward to that game. It can't go much worse than... Well, no, it can definitely go worse than the Sheffield United game. I don't think I can feel worse than I do right now. Okay, look, I've got a plan for how to deal with Erling Haaland. I've ordered pizza. I really have ordered pizza. This is the solution. This counts as a business expense now, right? I hope so. I've almost forgotten about Sheffield United already. Okay, away from home against Man City. It doesn't get much more difficult than this. I was just looking through their team, hoping for some injuries and some big angry red messages. There are some players out for them. Jack Grealish is out. Rafinha, who they've signed, is out. Kyle Walker is suspended. They're slightly depleted. Look, Kevin De Bruyne needs a rest. You should really rest him against us. I'm sure he doesn't want to score against his former club. Definitely not. So in terms of team news for this game, I've made one change from the previous match. Henderson is back in goal. Bazunu literally didn't make a save last game, did he? So yeah, he's been dropped. And also, I've had it up to here with Badiashile heading the ball over the crossbar, and I've decided experience might be needed, so a 39-year-old Thiago Silva is in at centre-back. Just thinking about it, probably shouldn't have the defensive line stepping up with Thiago Silva. It's probably not wise. I'm looking at their team. De Bruyne starts, Haaland starts. Help. I'm just thinking to myself, what constitutes a success this game? You know what? If Man City don't score a corner against me, that would be good. They've scored 8 corners. I've conceded 10 corners. Let's see if the new routine works. Mason Mount, corner for us. Uno reverse card. Uno reverse card. Joe Gomez scores his first goal in Chelsea colours. To be fair, our goal scoring record from corners isn't actually that bad. We just need to get good at defending them. I mean, they had no one on the post. Gomez has made them pay for it. Reece James on the far side. Throws it to Havertz. He lays it back to Reece James. Now with Joe Gomez, the goal scorer. Casado. Options to his left. Thiago Silva wide to Chilwell. 2-on-1 on this near side. Chilwell, he's cutting inside. He's going on his own. And if he'd put that in the top bins, I would have gone and got another slice of pizza. Now, I don't want to jinx it here. We've been so good in this game so far. Man City have created nothing in the opening 35 minutes. Foden's got the ball. Don't give it to Haaland. He's giving it to Haaland. I'm scared. He's in a wide area. Can we shepherd him wide? Nice defending by Thiago Silva. Haaland, though, dances past everyone, lays it to Rodrigo, and Rodri scores. I shouldn't have said anything. 35 minutes into the game, I was feeling really good. We were doing great. Then Haaland goes on this little mazy run, like just absolutely does Sterling, lays it, and then Rodri scores. I do feel like Henderson could have done better there. That was, by the way, one of Man City's few shots on target in this game. Yes, they've had more shots on target than us, but to be honest, they've not had like super high XG chances by any means. It's been speculative long shots. I was about to say I'll be well happy with 1-1 at the break. I'm still happy with 1-1. Henderson makes a save. That free kick from KDB nearly went in. There is still a corner for us to deal with here. I mean, we've set this up. They're probably going to score it. We've headed it away. Blow the whistle, referee. Please just end the half. End the half. Please end the half. Akanji's forward. I don't like it. Please make it stop. De Bruyne shoots wide. It's another corner. I'm not enjoying myself. I wish the highlight would just have ended there. It's not ended. KDB's over it. He's whipping it in. Ruben Diaz is under it. Havertz gets it away initially. Ref, we can blow the whistle now. Just end the half. We've played a minute extra here. I'm not enjoying this in the slightest. This is painful. We've had such a good half, and in fact, that's going to cap off the half. It finishes 1-1 at the break. I'm going to tell the players I'm far from pleased. Secretly deep down inside, not actually that mad about that performance. Now, I do want to try something here. I've noticed that Diaz is playing as a libero at right centre-back. Of course, the libero role has changed a little bit more now, so it's like a player who will step up. I want to have Giroud on that side. So Diaz is playing as the right centre-back. So if we put Giroud on the left-hand side, and I'm going to put Havertz on the left-hand side as well, I'm going to hope that these two players can really bully Diaz in transition. That is my plan now. Is it a good plan? I'll let you guys be the judge. I'm also going to tell our team to focus the play down the left-hand side. Let's really, really try and have a go at them here in this part of the pitch. If this works, I'm a genius. If it doesn't work, I'm a silly boy. Thiago Silva and Gomez have actually had really good ratings at the back for us at centre-back. Joe Gomez especially, of course, he did score the goal. But defensively, we've actually held our own here. We just need to make something happen going forward. Stones puts in a crunching tackle. Varela now bringing the ball forward to Man City. Options in the middle. I say options. It's Erling Haaland. It's the only option you need. We've been let off the hook. He's hit it over. Okay, an hour played. I'm going to make some subs. And Kunku on you come. Going to bring him in for Kai Havertz. Elsewhere, Madueke on for Fati. I'm going to bring Mudryk out on the right-hand side as well. And I'm going to bring in Enzo Fernandez. I've been very critical of Enzo Fernandez. I'm going to bring him in and play him as a deep line playmaker. Let's see what he can do. 1-1 against Man City away from home, I would be perfectly fine with. We've got 20 minutes to try and see out. I say see out. When you look at the stats, we have as much of a chance of winning as they do. Other than the fact we've only had one shot on target. Oh, it's a corner. Bernardo Silva's over it. It's back post. It's Haaland. He's headed over. I'm fine. There's 5 minutes left here. This might be silly. But in this save game, we've had a habit, haven't we, of making late things happen. Let's try and make something happen here. Let's hit it into space. Let's overlap on the left-hand side. In transition, distribute it to the flanks and distribute it quickly. Out of possession. Let's just press as much as we can. Get stuck in. Step up. Offside trap. Let's make something happen. I'm just going to slide everything to the right. That works. How much added time is there going to be here? Well, we're going to have to wait to find out because Man City, in spite of me going on attacking, are now bringing the ball forward. Ball whip back post. It's headed away. Madueke, fresh off the bench. Can he make something happen? I mean, look, we've got players in good areas here. And Kunku, he's found the space behind John Stones. Mason Mount has loads of time and space. He finds the bottom corner. It's 2-1 Chelsea. I'm going to claim I'm a genius. And there's only 2 minutes of added time. John Stones has moved over to be the libero in this second half. I noticed the centre-back switched. We've done exactly what we wanted to achieve. And Kunku, as the advanced playmaker, has found that space. Mount, not the most convincing of finishes, finds the back of the net. There's 2 minutes to see out. So I don't want to... No, we're not doing those changes I just queued up. Just get me to the end of the game, Football Manager. Let me have the win. I'm going to have to get pizza every time I play Man City. I don't know if that's a financially sensible decision, but it worked. Mason Mount, by the way, man of the match. Mace, you know, Manchester United, Mason Mount, now scoring against the other Manchester club. Interesting to note, he is actually wanted by Manchester United. I don't think he's going anywhere. That is only the second defeat Man City have had all season. We join the illustrious list of ourselves and Fulham. Fulham are the other team that... Okay, well, Fulham have also beaten Man City. That really makes it seem like less of an achievement. With that result there, we move within 1 point of Everton, Manchester United and Newcastle trailing us. Manchester United have actually played an extra game. If we were to win our game in hand... Well, we're not going to get that much closer to Arsenal, Liverpool and Man City. They're all in their own little world at the top. The January transfer window, I think, is when we'll be back next time. Do I need to find a goalkeeper? Can I trust Dean Henderson? I don't think I can trust Bazunu. Let me know down in the comments. I might sign 3 goalkeepers in 6 months. Not the best business I've ever done. Bit of a mixed bag today, but I hope you enjoyed both games. Appreciate the love on the series. We're back tomorrow with more for your Sunday viewing. I'll see you guys then. I'm out.